Yo, we live. You're now listening to volume 33 of the Bucket Up Podcast. You're here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka Ty Lante, aka DJ Buttersauce, aka your mom call me when she want to. And I'm here as always with the homie, the kid JB. What's good?
Living good, man. Episode 33. For the real ones, I'll get it. This is the Patrick Ewing edition. So let's knee brace yourself,
Wow.
if you will. Shouts to the god, Patrick Ewing, the forever god of the Hoyas. But yeah, episode 33, man. The Bucket Up Pod. It's your boy, the kid JB, aka could have been right last week. Mr. Told You So. Living good, man. How was your weekend? How you living? Is life up, down? All around.
Life is cool. I was cooling this weekend. Chill with some people from work. Was chilling doing that. Hung out with Baby Tegan yesterday, and Trav came over to watch some of these NBA playoff games, which have been lit so far. So this is my favorite time of the year. I love playoff basketball, and also it's sad too because I know once playoff basketball is done, all we're gonna have is just baseball, which I hate. So,
shouts to the Yankees, 27 rings, bro.
Oh my god. I can't, like, the Mets are like my team and they're good, but I'm not gonna pay attention right now.
But I said something about that. I mean, I know you're not the biggest baseball fan. I'm a big baseball fan. I understand the idea that there's only 162 games,
Only.
Yeah. So the idea of like getting into each game is, I think well within the question. But nah, a lot of people, get a little excited. Mets fans, unlike yourself, get a little too excited around this time of year because they don't understand patterns, because every year the Mets tend to start off good. And it's kind of where they finish is in question. But anyway, we'll get to sports at some point. But yeah, shouts to Movie Pass. Did you go to the movies at all this weekend?
I actually didn't. I ain't go at all. I didn't see any movies.
We got a first timer.
I wanted to see A Quiet Place, and we probably could have went yesterday, but we decided to just chill with Trav and Tegan, and so we just didn't go. But I've heard good things about it. I wanted to go see it. I know The Rock, that Rampage movie dropped, and I mean, I didn't hear anything great about that, but I know, like, apparently it got the highest rating on Rotten Tomatoes of any game movie ever, but that's not a high bar because most of the movies after games suck.
Yeah, I've never really, and beyond the video game movies like Pixels and shit like that, I've never really been a Rock fan, to be honest.
Wait, what?
I've never been a fan of The Rock.
Wait, huh?
I've never been a fan of
I've literally never heard that sentence before. That's weird. Say that again?
I've never really been a fan of Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, no, I've never heard somebody say that shit. I didn't know this.
Beyond the WWF.
Wait, what are you? Wait, hold on. What don't you like about The Rock?
I think all of his movies are like cheesy and typecasty in the sense that he's always forever the big honcho tough guy Rock. He's the same character every time.
The Tooth Fairy.
Exactly. Very cheesy. What are you talking about? That's
cheesy, but you didn't play he was like skinnier, and he was a quarterback, and then he was in touch with his sensitive side.
Cheesy.
What about Fast and the Furious 5, bro?
Don't get me started about the Fast and the Furious.
Oh no, there's way too many Fast and the Furious. Like, the new one's gonna have them riding on dinosaurs back in time.
You're right.
You can't deny that The Rock saved that whole franchise, because it was just
because the fight
drifts, and then it was just The Rock doing Rock shit.
Because the fight scene, right? Yeah. And I mean, whatever, man.
You know what? I'm with you. I'm not overly The Rock is the best actor ever, which I don't think anybody would ever say. But it's just people generally like The Rock mainly just because of his charisma. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I've just never been a fan of his acting, because of his portrayal in every movie. But
I'm trying to think of all the
I like him in Ballers. Reason being, it's like sports entertainment, and like I said, I just attached my familiar with him in the WWF. Man, it's just something I grew up with, and like
I know. I remember he was crazy. I mean, he had a weird come up because it was like he was a villain on WWE, and then he get into this. Then he was like the Scorpion King, which was a god awful movie,
right?
And then he spun that into all these different like
he tried to make that a character in the WWF, and that tanked. So then he went back to the drawing board with movies and kept trying.
That's funny, like the drawing board of starring in movies.
Yeah, I mean, but like you said, you get a niche and you run with it because I mean, not many people look like the fucking Rock or are named the Rock.
See, now I want to stay here. I want to see and go back and look at the Rock movies and being like, which ones are actually really that good? Because I don't necessarily disagree with you. I just don't. Most people just like, you know what I mean? They like the Rock because he's a nice guy and he's like super charismatic.
And that's fine.
And so like okay, so movies that he's been in that I know are actually good are Moana is actually good, but that's a kid's movie, so I don't really blame you.
And it's a cartoon, and he's not really the Rock.
You're right. So I don't blame you if you like, you know what I mean? You weren't really looking for that. Jumanji was actually good. I don't know. You didn't see that one because you definitely didn't see that because you haven't been in the movies.
The original one with what's his name? The original one
with Robin Williams, yeah.
Robin Williams is better. I don't need another Jumanji with The Rock. That's you know.
Well, I didn't expect the Jumanji to be great, but it literally when I went to go see it, I was surprised. It's actually a pretty good. Like the thing is, it's not a remake. It's basically a sequel.
Okay, well, I didn't like the Jumanji with fucking Robin Williams that much.
Wait, what?
I'm saying, get this: like the quality of the movie with Robin Williams is better, but the movie itself, I don't need a sequel.
Okay, all right, okay. So
I'll tell you what, they made us watch that shit like every time we took a coach bus or one of those buses that had a VHS or VCR, and it was like, all right, we got Jumanji, that's what we got. I'm like, we watched that last fucking week, man. Damn.
Yeah. I'm trying to look. You know, he doesn't have a lot of great, like San Andreas, not great.
No thanks. It was funny as shit. Shouts to the homies Terrio and Cyrus. One time we were going on their way to the movie. DJ's like, yo, I'm going to see a movie if y'all want to roll. And I was in the middle, or I was like, hell no. Cyrus was like in the middle. DJ was sold on seeing San Andreas. And the way he explained it at first was like getting Cyrus like, oh, damn, maybe I'll be down for that. And then all it took me was one thing. And Cyrus was like, oh, I'm good. So Terrio's like, oh, it's about like earthquakes and saving the earth and, you know, heroic. There's just some shit. And
it's basically, it really is just The Rock versus like an earthquake.
Right, and then Cyrus was like, "Damn, actually, I might be down for that. We should like, you know, go." And then I was like, "Hold on, Cyrus." He's like, "What?" I was like, "The Rock's in it." He's like, "Oh, I'm good, man. It's cool."
Yeah, so that's two people.
Oh, I know plenty of people that think The Rock's corny, and it's like if he's in it, they fucking don't think the movie's like that serious.
That's crazy. So, because I feel like
if The Rock was like the next James Bond, I'd be dead on it. You kidding me?
Oh no. I think the thing with The Rock is he doesn't do like those ambitious like and to where people would be mad at him. So I think that's why I was like I didn't think anybody had like a strong opinion of The Rock because it's like he's not really bothering anybody, you know.
I'll tell you what, people would set the bar high, and I don't think, you know, because we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. I think he's knocking down the door hard at Marvel or DC because he wants to be a superhero bad.
I think is he not supposed to? I think he might be supposed to play somebody. He's supposed to be like a DC villain, I believe.
Okay.
Like, I don't. But DC, who knows if that's gonna happen though? Just because.
Well, anyway, yeah, nah, I don't think. Yeah, no, I just like the other day, Walking Tall. I was like, who's in this? And then it said The Rock and like Johnny Knoxville. I'm like,
no, that's a terrible movie.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm looking through it, and like again, I was never like I never said that
But it goes both ways because there's movies that are not necessarily like fire, but the actor. I mean, it's funny, man. My relationship is, is the relationship or my fandom with like Leonardo DiCaprio. I know like all his movies are blockbusters and Grammys or Emmys or whatever, Oscars, whatever. And
Oh, you know what? I
what?
just realized I was confusing the Tooth Fairy with the game plan earlier.
Yeah,
So
'cause I was like I was like quarterback. What is this dude talking about?
yeah, you're right.
I'll let you cook. It was all good.
That's all good. We could continue. Sorry.
But yeah, like I don't know. Like Leonardo DiCaprio movies, like I don't have to necessarily like the movie to admire the actor, right? And
Yeah.
for like
What
The Rock,
movie Leonardo's you didn't like?
just shit like I don't know, like what was something Island, Shutter Island.
Oh yeah, I didn't really see that one. So
But I already knew what happened. And when people went to go see it, I was like, let me guess, blah blah blah. They're like, yep. I was like, ah. But hey, shouts to Leo. He's a good actor.
well, see, like I like most of Leo's movies. Only one like I haven't seen Shutter Island. I didn't go see the one that he won the Oscar for. I forgot what he's even called. I just think of it. He get mauled by a bear, like by a bear. That's the movie.
Oh yeah,
because we were just like
The Revenant.
really the Revenant. He just gets mauled by a bear, and I'm just like I don't get on that.
And let me dial that back. What am I talking about? Like the whole thing is about him never winning Oscars. So no, none of his movies win Oscars. Why? I don't know why I said all that. He's known for one Oscar finally.
Yeah, but it's like he's been in good movies. Like Wolf of Wall Street is a good movie. I mean, it's a lot,
right? A little much.
Good movie. Then Inception's a good movie. What's Eating Gilbert Grape is a good movie.
Basketball Diaries, great movie.
Yeah, Titanic.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. What else we got? He was in a lot of shit, bro.
You know, it's funny.
The what's it called? The fucking
Departed. Then you said the man with the iron mask.
Yeah. Although I don't know. Some people don't like The Departed. You like The Departed?
I don't know. I feel departed on it.
I'm mad at you for that.
Yeah, that was bad. Anyway, funny little side note on the name Leonardo. One year I was with the homies. Shouts to Canada. The homies from Canada when I was working at a job that had me out in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 of us total, and we were talking about what to be for Halloween. And we, of course, came up with the idea to be the Ninja Turtles. Mm-hmm. And one of them being named Leonardo. It came to that round, and we all started using the nicknames. And I was like, "Yeah, man, just call me Mikey." I had another was like, "Yeah, just call me Raph."
Mm-hmm.
Just call me Donnie. And then when it came to Leo, our homie goes, "Yeah, man, just call me Nardo." We just stopped and we're like, "Wouldn't we call you Leo, man?" And he's like, "Oh." And then we were just clowning because we're like, "You think Leonardo DiCaprio goes by Nardo DiCaprio?"
It's funny. It's like Nardo's not the worst thing ever, but it's just like we're what?
Dude, we were dying. So for the rest of like the job, we just kept going by Nardo or calling him by Nardo.
Yo, Nardo.
Catch this, Nardo. If we played sports and shit, it was funny.
That's fucking hilarious. I don't know. Sorry, we just stumbled onto that. I guess it's a good question. Like I just looked through it and like I don't like he hasn't been in a movie that I'm like that's a great movie.
So I guess you should retract your blasphemy that you shot towards me.
I'm still keeping that. I'm that same energy because I still had never heard that to that point that people just don't like The Rock. It'd be one thing you're like, yeah, I don't think The Rock does like that many good movies, but that's just because he's, what I mean, he's just doing.
Oh, I didn't say anything about. I meant like.
But you were just like, I don't like The Rock.
Oh nah, see, man, the media, y'all blame. The media misframes me. No, I'm saying I didn't like him as an actor, man. I think him stepping towards the shit about depression and anxiety and the stuff.
No. All right, obvious. Like even if you don't like somebody, like you can't. That don't mean you're trashing everything good they ever said. Like,
okay.
I don't fuck with Taylor Swift, but if like that thing with Taylor Swift where she had the trial because the dude touched her ass or whatever, like, yo, for real, prosecute that dude because that dude's a fucking piece of shit. But I still don't fuck with Taylor Swift. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never heard about that case though. That's
It was
crazy.
like it was at a concert and some dude like grabbed her ass, and so he thought he was just gonna get away with it.
He thought he was gonna
And,
be swift, right?
yeah, he thought he was gonna because it was like wow.
Got you.
Stupid.
Finally.
But yeah, no, he thought he'd get away with it because I think it was at a concert, and then she ended up suing his ass. And it's like, yeah, bro, don't be out here doing shit like that.
So she grabbed his ass, and then she sued his ass.
Huh?
He grabbed her ass, and then she sued
his ass.
his ass. Yeah, I got you.
There you go.
But anyway, speaking
But yeah,
of
no, that's just the thing. But yeah, go ahead.
but that's crazy, man, because usually you see, before we went on the crazy rock tangent, usually you see a movie every weekend. And you make fun of me for not seeing a TV show or a movie. But I will say, shouts to me, I actually progressively advanced a couple episodes of The Rapture, the rap documentary.
Oh, you watched it? Okay.
You know, got a little episodes deep. I'm on episode.
Which ones did you watch? Because I like skipped around. I didn't watch them in order.
Okay, so I watched 3, which took place with T.I.
Okay, I didn't watch that one, so that's good.
Yeah, with Louisiana. And it spoke a lot about the Southern Civil Rights Movement, a lot about Katrina and how much he contributed and shit like that, and just kind of like how he started. And what's funny is he made a good point, because, not to spoil all of it, but I do think a lot of people that don't believe in racism or believe in like the idea of like a Black Lives Matter movement, I think they should watch this, because I know they probably won't get all of it, what they should out of it, but they will get something, hopefully. Because he was talking about how people understand that he got in the rap game by him selling drugs, you know, and he said like that's usually the ticket in, is the way it's framed is like most rappers start by selling drugs, right? And he's like, well, you know, I didn't start selling drugs my whole life. He's like, I started selling candy when I was in middle school. He's like, I'd buy a bunch of candy, then break it down in little bags, and he's like, I'd be selling it to kids in school. He's like, I made like $10 a week, $15 a week, got my weight up. And then I taught myself mathematics and shit, because the way they were teaching it to me didn't relate, you know? And he's like, I don't look at it as me selling drugs got me into, you know, rap. It's like, I look at it as me selling candy got me into mathematics, and that got me into numbers and stuff. So it was just interesting to see how, you know, there's definitely a perception that rappers and artists and anybody, I guess The Rock included, has, that we maybe don't look at, because fourth wall.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think that's too, is like people think that before rappers used to promote like drug selling, and like now they're saying like they promote drug use. But and like first of all, there's not like there's anything better. Like whether you're using the drugs or you don't, or you selling it, there's not like one is better than the other. But also, like a lot of times, dudes are just like kind of talking about what they had to do in their city to kind of make it out, and it's not like they're actually fucking doing that shit now. Like, bro, Pusha T raps about cocaine every fucking verse, but there's no way Pusha T is on the block selling cocaine to people.
Right. If anything, he's got people doing it for him.
I don't think he's doing any of that. But you know what I mean? Like, but that's just like what they use to get out of their situation.
And his content, like, I think about people, especially political commentators, that use that as ammo against rappers.
It's dumb though, because they like rock stars that talk about doing drugs all the time
and drinking and endorsing alcohol,
right?
And stuff like that.
Yeah,
right.
Like even the Beatles have songs about smoking weed. Like,
it's, you know about, what I mean? And it's literally what they've learned, or what, like, you know, like it's their story. Like, wouldn't you appreciate the artist being real with the audience by actually speaking their spoken truth and their audio, or their lived experiences and shit? Right. And I think, you know, when, I don't know, we can go on forever for that, but
so yeah, you watched the T.I. one. What else did you watch? You said you watched.
I watched the Logic one.
And I know you texted me because like he's like, as soon as it started, you're like, I'm black and I'm white, and you're like, well,
Well, I mean, a little backstory. Ty was telling me, if you heard a couple episodes ago, like Logic apparently is half black. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
And Ty was like, bro, all you gotta do is listen to like 3 minutes of his music and he'll tell you. And I was like, nah, I didn't know all that. So I'm watching Rapture. If you watch the first episode, and like the first 3 minutes, you just hear like, here lays a white boy with a black dad. And I was like, oh shit, I know what Ty's talking about.
Yeah,
And
dude.
I guess Logic's half black.
Yeah, dude. People, that's a major. Like again, I like Logic a lot. Like I think he can really rap, but he get the two things he get knocked for is one is him always saying that he's black and he's white, which is like I don't like I get that it's like people get it and like people are like, all right, we understand, but it's like there's so many rappers that do the same shit all the time, but nobody cares about like when have you ever heard anybody complain that Wiz raps about weed all the time?
I hear that a lot.
When?
I mean, it's hard to tell you when, but I've heard people and friends tell me like, yeah, like all he raps about is weed and money.
Yeah.
In fact, Wiz has a song that says that. He says, all I rap is about bitches and champagne. You'd do it if you every day you saw the same thing.
Yeah, no, I get that he actually no. I'm not disputing whether or not he raps about weed.
Bars.
I'm saying most people don't care that he just raps about weed.
Like, no, I'm cool
with
it.
You know what I mean? Like same thing with Pusha T. Like I never hear people be like, "Man, only thing Pusha T raps about is selling cocaine." Like we get it, but it's like no, you don't. People don't fucking care. And then it's like everybody else raps about similar shit because that's what they know. So
Logic's dad's like, so I guess you make it known that you're half black a lot, you know? Like, what's that about?
Well, no, then he said that why you always talk about me doing like doing drugs and shit when you were a kid. Like, yeah, motherfucker, because that was my life. That's why. Like, bro, like I don't know what to tell you.
My dad says shit like that too. Like, if I ever mention like if we ate leftovers, he's like, "Hey, you had it better than most people." Just I'm like, all right. Like, don't act like we didn't have leftovers.
You do gotta think about that. Like, how do these rappers' parents feel when they be talking shit about their like parents in songs or musicians in general? It's like, yo, my mom never let me have this, and they're like, yo, your mom's like, yo, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, you're alive. Yeah, I know. Our parents do way more than like we give them credit for. So
for sure. Even when you like, cause like nobody's perfect. So like even like I'm sure most people's mom or dad have like fucked up at some point, and it's like there's nothing really. Like it's it's just people are human, so you can't really fault them too much for that. But that don't mean that shit didn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we were saying, man. All the families that the families that are all happy and like talk to each other and there's no fights, like they're the weird ones. Like there's no such thing as like a perfect family out there.
All right. I mean, but I mean, some people, some people do have that where like everybody's close, but then we do think it's weird when like people are super close with their families and they call them all the time and they like I don't know, when they see each other they're like super like affectionate and stuff and people are like, that's weird. You know what I mean? Like, oh yo, are you a mama's boy? It's like, damn, dudes can't even be out here loving their mom, Sam.
I hold my mom's hand anytime I get a chance.
There you go.
Walk in public. But anyway, yeah, about that transitioning. It's like, speaking of family, when you work, some people consider their work friends like a second family, like a home away from home. Mm-hmm. Where you at with like making friends at work, man? I was actually gonna say someone at your job. It's funny, my old job, which happens to be your job. Speaking of Logic, always mentioning that he's like half black. One of the coworkers that I used to have was talking about how like I make it known that I'm Jewish like a lot, you know? And I was like, oh shit, do I?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I do it because, my grandma, she's always like, hey, be loud and proud because they tried to kill us type shit.
No, I get that.
And if I was black, you could obviously see it. So I guess the grass is always greener on the other side. So I don't know how I would react type shit.
I get it. So like my black skin is the equivalent to you saying, hey, I'm Jewish before like a sentence. Like you got to do that to get the same thing. I get you.
Right. And
Because
I don't
if I
need to
would,
do it though, you know?
no, you really don't. But like,
Yeah.
it's just like it'd be funny if I was like, yo, as a black man, though, you'd be like, wait, you black? I was like, yeah, do you ain't know?
Like as it like
But
some
I guess Logic would have to do that. He'd have to say, as a black man. He's like, wait, what?
well that's why, it gets twisted because like black is a skin color, but then it's also a race, and then it gets broken down to like there's nationality, ethnicity,
Mm-hmm.
heritage. Fuck all that. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah. So
I would see
shit.
this thing. I like when you told like obviously like you do be like, okay, I'm Jewish, which is now it's like I know you're Jewish because so like I guess I wouldn't need the reminder. But like I feel like in the beginning, like it's cool. I like when people just tell you what they are. Cause I don't really like again, not that it doesn't really matter. Like it really don't matter. But like it's like cause I don't want to just be out here assuming somebody's Jewish. Or
Right,
like
but
assuming somebody's something else, you know?
yeah, but understand that I guess when she said it, it was in the context that you would think I'm just walking around talking about like, hey, Mazel Tov, but it always
No,
comes
I
out.
think it was just literally you just saying that you were Jewish, which literally does happen.
But the thing is I always when it's first like established within communication, if it's like a coworker, like we were saying, I fit it in naturally. I'm not just like, hey, by the way, make the person take their headphones off. I'm like, yo, I'm Jewish, so but I'll just talk about like they'll be like, oh, how was your weekend? Or if it's like around a holiday and they'll say something like, oh, did you do something for Easter? I'm like, oh, actually, I celebrate Passover. Like, oh, cool, you're Jewish. Like, boom. I'm not over here like, hey, so I'm Jesse the Jew. Over here's the coffee.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure that's the first time like you tapped me on my shoulder. I'm like, hey, what up? He's like, yeah, I'm Jesse. I'm Jewish. How do you work this? And I was like, yeah, this how you do this.
that's exactly what I did. I was like, hey, bro, hey, you Ty, I'm Jesse. I'm Jewish. You want to be the Buckethead boys?
That's literally how it worked out.
Yeah.
But nah, that I don't know. I don't remember the first time that you were just like, yo, I'm Jewish. And I'm like, oh, I bet.
I probably made a reference to like being back home in New York or some shit like that. Or
that's probably something I can see.
I mean, there we go.
Like with New Yorkers, I think New Yorkers definitely like, I'm from New York.
How did we make? How did we become friends then? Because that's a good work question. Like making friends at work. Like it started. Let me tell you how it all started.
Oh my god,
it was heavenly. Now, like from what I reminisce or remember,
okay.
is they were like, "Yo, ask Ty how to do this certain task at for the job."
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is when I first read your name, I thought you were white.
Why?
Because I thought Ty was like short for Tyler.
Oh yeah, I guess.
And then I thought Ty was like, I don't know, like a skateboarder, like Cali kid. I don't know, like Ty.
I guess that doesn't make some sense. Like, Tyler's definitely a white dude name. Although I have a girl cousin named Tyler.
I had it remembered. It's funny. It's a throwback, but the movie Clueless with the dude Ty, he was like the skateboarder and shit. So that's all I remember that name. So I was like, oh, that's funny that my brain worked that way. But you're like, I'm in the corner, and then I just look up. I was like, oh shit, that's not who I thought it was. And I was like, oh, that's the homie, because I previously like talked to you a couple times, but not knowing who your name was, So yeah, that's how it all started. Because yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know, it's just natural, dude. Like, obviously, if we work together, like the communication about work is gonna be something similar to what we do all day. You know what I'm saying? So if I butt something out that's like at a left field or whatever, and it's based on how the person reacts, then I know going forward, then I can continue to bring up left field comments and content because the person will react in a somewhat progressive way.
That seems like a wild way to do that.
You think so?
Yeah, because then you just be saying out of left field shit to people.
No, not left field. I'm saying like if I come up to a coworker and I'm like, "Hey, did you see that account?" Like for example, like what you do, what I used to do, like, "Hey, like I sent you that post. Did you want to check it out or whatever? Like, you want me to edit it or anything like that. That's like a normal,
Okay.
Approach from a coworker.
Right.
If I come up to you and I'm like, yo, did you see the Celtics game last night? That's me coming out of left field, assuming you know sports.
Okay.
Right?
And then if I'm like, nah, then you don't know sports.
But it's okay.
What if I just literally didn't see that game?
If you didn't see that game, you would probably say some shit like, nah, was it crazy? What happened? And then I would tell you, because a sports fan would be like intrigued, like, oh shit, did something happen, right? If you were like, nah, I'm not really into sports. Like, so a perfect example is one of the coworkers there. I ran up on him and I was like, bro, the Celtics game was nuts. It was the Knicks, and I was like, just making I was naming stats, and then I was like, oh, did you see the Cavs game? LeBron had like 40 points. It was crazy. And he's like, I don't really watch sports. So, but that's good. Good job. Or he said some shit like that. And I was like, fuck. I feel like one of those like bros that are just like, that's how he probably thinks, like, oh, that kid's just all he cares about is sports,
Right. No, I get that. I guess because that's your approach. You were like kind of like around and like not talking to people. I definitely only talk to people when they talk to me. And it's like I'm not like introverted, so it's weird. But like I never like go out of my way to talk to people unless they're literally sitting right by me. That's it. You know what I mean?
So if I never came at you with some sports or some shit, we would have never been friends.
Probably not. That's what I was saying. Like that's where I'm at on hugging too. Like I never hug people unless they initially start to hug.
Which is crazy because like
if you don't ever start to hug me, I will never hug you.
Yeah, and I hugged you first. I never even spoke to you. I just came up and hugged you, and you were like, "Yeah, bro, here." I was like, "Oh wow,
yeah." But like, I'm not gonna be like not hugging people, but I just not gonna. That's just how I don't know. It's just like I don't know people, and I don't want to be in that situation where I try to start to talk to people, and then they're like not about it, or they're a terrible person, and I'm just like, yeah, this was a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, so at work, like,
So I used to like for honesty, which is like gonna sound, but it's like weird because like it felt like I'm saying I'm introverted, but I'm not. So like I just have to know people a little bit first to kind of tell where to go with it. But like through like high school and college, like I had like a lot of friends from like school, and so like when I started working at jobs, I never really tried to have friends at work. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna do work. If I'm cool with people at work, that's cool. But like, I'm never gonna be like, yo, let's hang out with each other after work. Like, I was never, because I'm like, already got friends for that. I don't need to do that.
Dude,
like, did you ever do that? Like working, did you had like people at Sprint or whatever that you chill with outside of work or nah?
Well, yeah, man. That's some of my best friends were formed from my friendships at work. I mean, think about me and you, man. We don't even work together no more. But I mean, we're gonna be.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Before I worked at this job that I work at now. That I was like that. I was like, I'm never.
Oh, I got you.
Because this is when I was in New York, and like, so I had like a shit ton of friends. So I'm like, I don't really need more friends.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I mean, there was definitely different categories. There was like my college and my, life friends, and then there was my work friends. They mingled every now and then.
Like every now and then, like the most it was, I was at Home Depot, and I had a friend from high school, and he had friends from work, and he would invite me to go and like hang out with them or something at a bar. And every now and then I'm like, yeah, I'll go. Like I would chill, I would have fun and crack jokes and shit like normal, but I'd still be like I wouldn't consider them like actual real friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, same with.
I just work people at work that I'm cool with.
Yeah, and I put, I say same category with like roommates or like your friends.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, like you say friend, that we're friends, but you'll still say like, yo, it's my roommate, he came through, blah blah blah.
I would say most of that's again, it's a proximity thing with me. So if I'm around you like a lot, then I'm probably gonna be. So I think before it was like part-time jobs I was at, so I would never see the same people all the time. Like I would, but it wouldn't be like every shift I'm working with the same people. So,
yes,
and so they'd be like, yo, let's do something. I'm like, I already doing something with other friends. So, but like once I moved, I think it's because I moved to here where I didn't have any. Like I met like Trav and like Matt and all the people around here, but like for the most part, like I didn't have like friends like that until I made friends at work. So that's why it's different now. Like now I'm cool with you, and then now I got like friends at work now that I hang out with, and it's just like I just never used to do that. But I know even now people are just, I hear people say it all the time. It's like there's people that you're cool with at work and you're work friends, but you're not really friends. Like, yo, let's go do some shit randomly on a random day. But I feel like now, like I'm like different on that. Like, have you made like friends at your work now?
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like I'm friendly with them. I don't hang out with them outside of work like you do with yours. But I'll say, like, let's paint the picture for everybody, because your work setup is the same as mine. Like, we sit in like tables that have desks, but you still have somebody.
We don't have cubicles, so it's a lot easier to talk to people.
Right, and so for 8 hours of the day, you have two sets of eyes just beaming at you all day, and you're just like, yo,
random awkward eye contact all the time.
It's so
like you think somebody says something to you, like did that happen all the time, right?
All the time, dude. You lock eyes.
You're like, wait, what happened? And you're like, nah, I didn't say shit.
Dude, especially at my job, there's two Jessies, me being one of them. And yeah, shouts to me. But no, so on some Luigi shit, I go by JB's, just because to avoid confusion. And even then, they'll be like, "Hey, Jesse," just by nature, I look up and I'm like, "Oh shit, never mind, not me." But what was I gonna say? But like, yeah, so to paint a picture for everybody, we're just imagine sitting and having, your own desk, but no wall or divider. So you just have somebody beaming at their computer, but it looks like they're looking at you all day,
Right.
So just naturally, you're going to say some shit just to ease the tension or the awkwardness. And now I have this thing, shout out to Andrea at work. I have this thing where I ask her what she had for dinner the night before, and everybody at work thinks it's funny. And I'm like, yo, y'all have the best sense of humor. If I can make you laugh off that, I'm killing it, And then the other person, is Tyler, the dude that I work with. He sits in front of me, and I'll just be like, yo. And he's like, what's up? I'm like, see the Yankees win? He's like, see the D-backs? I'm like, all right, whatever. And I put my headphones back on. But yeah, man, I don't know. So my approach is that I just come up, I'll ask you some one-off questions. And if we don't vibe, then it's kind of like, all right, man, I'll be respectful to you. I'll definitely answer your work-related questions, but I know that when it comes to March Madness, I shouldn't send you the invite for a bracket.
Yeah, no, I get you. I think it's too just like there's just thresholds of being friends. Like I think if somebody, which is probably was me, like didn't push for like people to like hang outside of work, like people would never do it. You know what I mean? So you're like, you got to have people do that first, and then people eventually kind of like, end up feeling more friends than like work friends. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And especially depends on the type of people. Like for me, you would think I'm not social because I hate going out. I just don't like big crowds and actually going out and driving and all that shit. So I like, just chilling at home. But if a homie was like, oh, word, I'll come through. I got PS4. Like we can, play Madden, like whatever. I'd be social as fuck. It's just, right. I don't like to go anywhere. But so it's perception. But when it comes to work people, I'm like, man, I see you guys 45 hours throughout the week. Like, I don't really need to kick it after work.
Right. Yeah, that's mainly just the people you don't fuck with. Like, yeah, you cool, but it's like, I'm good, fam. I don't really need to see you no more.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Yeah. Like, and it's funny because my job right now, there's like two people that used to work there that recently both like quit type of shit. And it was type of static communication with them too. I'd be like, hey, bro, did you see the Mayweather-McGregor fight? And he's like, nah, I'm not into boxing. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not really either. I just know that was like a big deal. That was a spectacle. So
right.
And he's like, oh, yeah, nah. I was like, oh, okay. And then like, second time around, I was like, hey, man, Black Panther is nuts, man. I went to go see it. He's like, oh, I'm not into comic book movies. I was like, neither am I, man. I'm just fucking trying to talk to you, And he's just like,
talk to you, bro.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, got it. And then the third, getting 3 strikes, third and final time was, I think I went to like Chipotle or got some food shit, and I was like, he's like, oh, you got Chipotle? I was like, yeah, man, steak. I was like, you into Mexican food, Chipotle? Oh, I was like, you like Chipotle, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I don't like Mexican food. I was like, okay.
That's not real.
I was like, this guy does not like me or anything I fucking have to talk about.
Who don't like Mexican food? That's weird. And I don't know. It's a white dude. He probably don't like spicy
Trump. No.
shit.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I guess we could move on. I know the big thing, like we're recording this now on Sunday, but last night the big thing was Beyonce Coachella, which was like wild. Did you hear about any of that or nah?
Coachella. We're over here. What's that called when you know what's it called when you don't go to Coachella?
What?
No Chella.
Okay.
So we're no chilling. Did I hear about the Beyonce performance? No. To be honest, because
you weren't on Twitter.
I wasn't on Twitter last night. No.
Or this morning.
Maybe I was.
How did you not see it? So like it was like every other tweet.
Obviously, I saw it. Ty. I didn't see the performance. I definitely saw the smoke about it, though. You could fill me in. You could connect dots.
Yeah, no, it was good. Like I watched it. I watched some of it. Like I caught clips too on Twitter and whatnot. And it's just like apparently she performed for like 2 hours, and like she's doing all these dance moves. She brought out Destiny's Child, and it's like I don't understand how somebody can dance and sing at the same time for 2 whole hours. That shit sound wild. Like if you ever like did anything on stage, you know that shit people be sweaty as fuck. Like you ever see like Rick Ross perform or something like that, and like or like 2 Chainz, like even on the Rapture, like or how Logic was looking, like all they're doing is rapping and they're sweating fucking bullets.
Dude, I saw fucking, like I said, Drake literally break a leg on stage.
But like, you know what I mean? But it's like Beyonce doing these wild dance moves in heels. Like she got like this whole HBCU marching band style, like doing the music, and like that shit was epic. She came out to the Black national anthem. So it was like this super like overtly black show. She's doing all these crazy dance moves, and it's like this huge production. So it's like, and like I get why people are hyping it up. Like I'm not like this huge like Beyonce fan, like, but I acknowledge that she's one of the best performers in the last like couple of years. Like she's up there in the Michael Jackson like kind of Prince kind of vein. You know what I mean?
I will say that she is an amazing artist, and she slays, as everyone says, and she had an amazing album, I think, that came out, I think, in 2009, was it, with Halo?
Yeah, that was 4. 4 is probably her best album. Like it's between 4 and Lemonade. Those are probably the top 2.
Where I get lost is just this idea of idolizing so much about these artists to a point where they defend people that not only do they've never met, because at the end of the day, celebrities are just people that are really good at a craft.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, Beyonce don't know you,
right?
So they don't really care about how much you're in love with them, which
right.
I'm not taking away any credit of like you liking them or pursuing, because every time I say some shit like that, people are like, oh, well, you know a lot about sports, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, the thing about sports is it's always changing, which I think music is too, yes. And it's just like, well, if I'm watching sports, I'm going to be educated on it, I don't need to really.
But there's the thing, there's nothing wrong with knowing everything about Beyonce. That's a little weird, but there's nothing wrong with being like, I'm saying like, yo, where the fuck the address of her like childhood home is. Like,
what she had for breakfast.
Right, that's weird. But I'm saying it's nothing wrong with being like a big Beyonce fan, and you can sing like the second verse of like the third song of her second album or some shit. You know what I mean? Like that's okay. But like it's just when people go out of their way to fucking send death threats to people on Twitter because you know what I mean? They said something bad about Beyonce. Like, you would never do that because somebody said the Yankees suck. You're not going to be like, hey, go kill yourself or some shit. You know what I mean?
I've only killed 4 people if they said
that's wild.
Yeah.
That'd be 4 people too many.
Yeah, no, I haven't done that. No, but that's the thing, though, is exactly. It's like, I don't know any of the Yankees personally. Like, I love them. My only correlation to them is just like the family ties and just the love, and just because it's my 4th generation New Yorker, holla. Shouts to my grandpa, by the way. He's in the hospital, low key.
Oh yeah, shout out to that. Hopefully,
So he makes it out good. Anyway, but nah. It's just funny, dude, because at the end of the day, it's like, yo, I'm not taking anything away from Beyonce as an artist. I just got done saying, like, yeah, you can dance and sing for 2 hours straight, like you kill it, you know. But this was mainly coming from, we do live in the society, or the current society of like comparisons, you know. Everybody's comparing to Michael Jackson in music, everybody compares to Michael Jordan in sports, everybody's comparing to you know, the best actors or the best, you know, everybody's always compared to the best, you know. And let's be real, Beyonce is compared a lot of the times to, not to say that, you know, this it's the closest comparison, but Rihanna. I think that gets happened a lot. And there's Team Riri, and there's the Beehive, and whatever there may be. For me, I'm Team Riri. I like Rihanna because she smokes weed, man, and you know, I like her. I just like her songs better. There's a couple songs, like, I don't like all of her songs. I don't like all Beyonce songs. I like some and some, but I just like more Beyonce, more of Rihanna's songs.
Which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. And I'm just kind of like, whatever. So just to stir the pot, just to be funny, I, you know, a couple years ago put up on Facebook, like, yo, Rihanna looks better than Beyonce. And right. And what happened? All of these girls, not guys, girls came at me and was like, shut up, Jesse. You don't know what you're talking about. You're so dumb, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, all of these girls that said that to me, none of them know Beyonce. They know they know me more than they know Beyonce.
Right.
And I didn't say any of these girls included in this equation. I didn't say, yo, Beyonce's better than looking than, or Rihanna's better looking than these girls and Beyonce. Then you can, you know, then you can come at me.
The thing that's crazy too is, like, it's all subjective. So it's like, if you really, like, if you think that Rihanna looks better than Beyonce, that's fine. And it's like, yo, there's one beautiful woman looks better than there's other beautiful women. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you said your third cousin on your mom's side look better than Beyonce.
Right. It was all girls. My sister included was like, you don't know what you're talking about. Sit down. And I was sitting down when I wrote that. Anyway. But mind you, I was just like, damn, that was crazy. But furthermore, recently, just to be fun, because I get bored. And on Twitter the other day, there was a video of Rihanna walking out just being funny, and she was like swinging her arms or some shit. So all I put was, you know, I don't know what it's called when the open, like the alligator mouth or whatever in a math equation.
The greater than?
Yeah, greater. Greater than.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Pac-Man?
Yeah. No, I get it.
All right. So greater than. All I wrote was greater than Beyonce. Literally, that was it.
That's not all, but like, I get that's why people came after you.
Right, but people went nuts. And there's this one dude that wrote, this had absolutely nothing to do with Bey.
It didn't.
Please let Fenty have her moment.
Yes.
And then it got like 400 plus likes, and it's still trying to, I had to mute it because it was annoying. People were like coming at me like, you don't know shit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, none of these people are Beyonce. So like, I don't care.
No, I get you. I mean, they did have a point. Like, Beyonce had nothing to do with it.
Right, but dude, get the fuck out of here. Like, how many times you see a LeBron video and, oh, here comes a Jordan reference, or you see a Jordan reference.
Like, bro, what they got to do with anything?
Right. So like, I'm not the crazy one for making that comparison. I don't really care.
I think everybody's crazy in this scenario.
Dude, I wasn't serious though. You know,
I know you're joking. That's what I'm saying.
And like, I didn't say anything wild. Like,
here's the thing though, is Beyonce has, like, I had to tell you about what a stan is, which is wild. But like, Beyonce has her stans, and like, it feels like only a select few people have stans. Like, you got Beyonce, Kobe people. There's like people who just like will literally go and fight people in Temecula for Kobe, which is wild.
Side note, if LeBron James goes to the Lakers, it'll be crazy to see all the Kobe fans
have to
be like, oh, all those years I was talking shit, that was different.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but then like LeBron has stans, but they're not as like wild as the Kobe guys. But and then you got the Michael Jordan people. I don't really know about them, but that's the thing, is like, I don't know. Do you think that these like super fans are kind of like a product of the internet, or do you think that like people like there's in like the 80s there was these people who like really like Michael Jackson and was like fuck Prince, or like really like Prince and was like fuck Michael Jackson, and but like there was just no way for them to use that anger or that like feeling they had because there was no internet then.
Yeah, well, I think that's what I was saying. I was like, I think we live in a comparison age, but we didn't start that shit. My dad talks about how like when he was in like college and stuff, there was the rebel stage of like disco versus rock and roll. And like he had a shirt that was like it said disco sucks or something. And
Yeah,
like, it's like there was like it was either or, like, oh no, but like you can mix and mingle. Like you could like rap, you could like Beyonce some songs, and you can like I say this all the time, like I like Drake's R&B hits way better than his rap.
right.
You know? But it's all preference, and I think people live too much on the all or nothing mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And you can live in the middle, which is, you know.
No, I get that. It's just wild. I don't think I stand for anybody. There's nobody. It's not. I don't care enough about anything. I don't even stand for my own teams. People be like, "Yo, Suns are trash." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because there's things that can propel, like it goes both ways, because there's people that I really don't like, and it's like, well, you've never met them as a person, so how don't you like them? It's like you're right, but it's like, you know, if there's somebody that has smoke about domestic violence, I'm probably not gonna mess with them as a person.
Yeah,
so like
that's different,
right? But I mean, same shit though. Like it goes both ways though, like you were saying. Like, so you know how I spit a lot of like, you know, jargon and hate towards LeBron on the court. But I've also flexed about how good of a father he is, society leader. Right. He's well spoken. You don't have to go to college to be educated. He's clearly educated. And stuff like that. So I mean, there's definitely balances. So when I say like, man, I don't like LeBron, it's like, well, I mean in the realm of basketball, you know, because it's like I'm not gonna be like, oh, we talking about fathers? Oh, he's the best, you know. So
yeah, exactly. No, I get that. But that's insane. I don't. Only person I like really smoke, like I really be talking shit about, is Taylor Swift, and now recently, basically just how Post Malone looks. But I just don't. I don't. It's not that I don't like Post Malone music, like it's kind of whatever.
It's but the like, face tats. I just
he just look a fucking dusty mop. Like his face, it just reminds me of the inside of a bathroom stall at a gas station. Like he look like a fucking wet ashtray. I can't, you know what I mean? But it's just I can't.
But he's getting paid, you know, and that's what people, you know. It's
I mean, again,
I don't get it.
His music's not bad, so that's what I don't mind his music. It's just he looks wild and dingy.
So he's like, Post Malone's like a coworker that you put up with, but you don't fuck with.
I guess, but it's like at the same time, like when he was talking shit, he was saying like, I don't listen to rap to feel things. Like if you want to cry, you don't listen to rap, and it's like, bro, there's a rap songs you can listen to for any mood, and that's where I was kind of like pissed off. But other than that, like he's just here doing this like music, his singy song, you know what I mean, Cronin type rap that's not really rap. You know what I mean? But it's like, other than that, like I just like saying that he looks dirty because he looks dirty as shit.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing is like you get to a point where you get so much money at such a fast rate that you're just like, whatever, I'll wear a crazy outfit and get a face.
It's not a crazy outfit. It's just that he looks dirty. That's it. But again, and then him, I'll just make fun of that, and then it's just Taylor Swift. It's just I don't think she's talented, but she's not as talented to as big as she got. Like people put her in like the same breath as like the Beyoncés and the Rihannas of the world, and it's like, bro, y'all need to chill. And it's just not. I just don't see it. But then she does, like, to me, she does infuriating things, like covers Earth, Wind and Fire September, like with a country cover, and it's like, who the fuck asked for that? Did you see that shit?
Yeah, but I mean, there's more than us, man. There are probably people that are like, "Oh, this is awesome."
Most people were like, "Nah." Like I think because we were talking about it at work, and then like it was like a day after she had done it, and somebody like put it on to kind of try to troll me, and they're like, "Yo, honestly though, I don't want to listen to this." But also, other people must not want to listen to it either because it only got 4,000 listens.
Dude, why do people find that shit so funny? Like to do the Taylor Swift thing with you? Like I think it's like, all right, like I don't
It's because
know.
I've talked so much shit about her. That's why. But it's like I'm just like, yo, fuck her. Her songs, like, it's just certain things that happen that infuriate. Like when she had that commercial where she's like sitting down thinking about the lyrics to her song, and she's like, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. And it's like, bro, there's no way she sat down and thought hard about those fucking lyrics. You know what I mean? It's like it's the equivalent of like the Migos. They had a commercial, and the Migos were sitting down. And it was like, I'm gonna say skirt skirt after I say this lyric. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just not gonna fucking happen. Like, that's like they weren't thinking that deep about it. She wasn't thinking deep about saying, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Like,
Hey,
that's
man,
the type of shit that I'm like complaining about.
just like I sent you the Teriyaki 6ix9ine freestyle that you think it was a troll or a staged or whatever.
Because it wasn't real.
Hey, like I said, man, we live in, and as things go up, you know, like we think about athletes like Babe Ruth in the past, like his contract was $250, and now you look at players getting 250 million, you know, so shit changes. We said something like that, like, you know, 20 episodes ago about how, you know, TLC will never make or never made the amount of money that Migos made. But TLC,
well, they got fucked. That's why. But that's a different subject.
But even back then, they weren't gonna make the amount of money that Migos makes because, like you said, there's no social media and the amount of networks and sponsors and shit.
There was only like one avenue to do it, and the avenue to do it was them getting fucked over by their managers and record labels. So that sucks. But so and like today and age, it's better for artists. But you know what I mean? That just means more artists have a chance to pop, which is good for people who are doing independent shit like us with podcasts and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I digress. We probably should wrap this bad boy up.
Speaking of independent, shouts to Turned Up TV. Or is it? No, it's Turned Up TV Radio.
There you go.
Colorado's #1 independent hip hop and R&B station. They're killing it, man. They got interviews. They were doing some live feeds and some live concerts. So for the rappers and artists out there, man, wannabe, send your shit over and they'll broadcast it. It goes all the way throughout, you know, the West Coast. And so if you're from the East Coast, like a lot of my friends and yours too, Ty, get that shit out there. And
check them out. They got some dope shit on there, man. But yeah, so we're coming to the your favorite part of the week, mine's as well. Songs of the week, bro. What's your song of the week?
Burn. Finally made it. I know you rag on me for, you know, always having an obscure song of the week, but I figure you know what I'm gonna do now is, you know, how we always try to support the homies.
Yeah.
So for my local push, my local plug, shouts to the homie Goody Man. You know, I throw some spice because he's from Boston, so I talk a lot of shit about the Red Sox, and he knows it's all love. But shouts to Goody Man. He just dropped a little mixtape that has like a cover with all freestyles.
Oh shit, fire.
So check it out. Is Goody Man on his it's on his SoundCloud. We'll put it in the description, but it's Goody Man Got a Verse, and it's like, you know, 10 or 12 different tracks with all different like hot beats right now that he freestyles, including Look Alive by Drake and God's Plan.
That's remember when rappers used to do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Like Lil Wayne just hop on a bunch of beats and just eat through them. So that's what's up.
And then my already made it. She's getting paid. We don't need to plug her shit, but I just like it. Song is coming out of the Bronx. BXBX from Cardi B off her new album. Is called I Like It, featuring Bad Bunny and J Balvin.
Oh shit. Okay. I like that song too.
It gives you great
like that.
Bro, son, it's if you can't work out to this song.
It sounds like yo, like I feel like if I was in New York, we probably walk into a bodega and you would just hear that shit. You know what I mean? Playing in the background.
Yeah, and Poppy's dancing. We're like, yo, Poppy, come on, I'm just trying to get a chopped cheese. He's like, hold on, Poppy, what's the matter with you?
Right, and it transitions from the original song right into that Cardi B song.
And then we start dancing, and we're just like, yo, we're trying to go home, son.
Yeah, that's what's good. Shouts to Cardi B. My song of the week is Young Thug dropped the EP. I'm mad at him because it was only 3 songs. I need more Thug in my life. But I forgot what even the EP is called. I was just so mad it was only 3 songs.
What's it stand for? What's the EP stand for?
I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what the LP mean either. But I know LP is usually just an album. But the EP is like a little. It's just like a little ass album. So I'm guessing like five or six songs usually, but there's only 3. I'm like, fuck, dude.
A little project, maybe LP.
LP, but it was the EP. It's a small one.
EP is a Express project.
I don't know, but either way,
That's not it.
the song "Up" with Young Thug and Lil Uzi Vert, that should go in. Lil Uzi has a fire verse on there. The EP also has a song with Nicki Minaj on it, who was trying to have a little weekend, and then also 21 Savage is on the song as well. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Might drop one of them songs on the pod or something like that. But yeah, so I guess that's our songs of the week. As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming through. Make sure you leave a review if you fuck with us. I don't think anybody's left a review yet, so we need to get somebody to leave a fucking review. If you leave reviews, then we get higher up on the iTunes searches. Apparently, I think that's how it works. So we want to make new fans and like grow this shit a little bit. So like, tell your mom, tell your auntie, tell cousins. If you fuck with us, like tell them about us, you know. And if you got shit that you want to talk about, let us know on one of our social medias. You know what I mean? Or if you know me or Jesse personally, like hit us up. Like fucking send me a text. I don't give a fuck.
In fact,
talk about this shit. I'll be like, I bet.
I'm gonna make it a little fun for them. The first person to leave a review on the iTunes shit, I'm gonna personally buy them a Bucket Up T-shirt.
There you go. You can get a T-shirt, free T-shirt out of it.
Free T-shirts. I'm gonna throw that up in the edition in the post. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. To the people that have been listening, shouts to Trav and Aubrey as always, and Baby Tegan TV. Yeah. We appreciate the support, man. We're not gonna stop. I have plenty of time and things to talk about, and my brain never turns off. So yeah, man, we're gonna bucket up every week. Ty, like always, thanks for putting up with me. I don't know how you do it. But yeah, I am the Kid JB. This is episode 33. Like I said, the knee brace edition for the real ones that'll get it. But yeah, man, other than that, Ty, thanks again. Other than that, what else you got?
Nothing, bro. We out, fam. Chit.
We out.